2022 Public Safety News Conference. If you have not already, I would like to invite you to get an agenda to see the order of speakers today. Also, for our media in the room, if you have not already, please sign in if you would like a copy of today's presentation. Without further ado, I would like to welcome Chief Katrina Thompson.
Good morning. I'm Police Chief Katrina Thompson, and on behalf of the women and men of the Winston-Salem Police Department, I'd like to welcome you to our August 2022 Public Safety News Conference. Please join me in honoring our fallen officers since our last Public Safety News Conference, who paid the ultimate sacrifice. Lieutenant Aaron Jerome Tice, end of watch, June 26, 1992. Lieutenant Tice was intentionally struck and killed by a suspect driving stolen construction equipment. The suspect directed the motor grader towards Lieutenant Tice's patrol vehicle, even as Lieutenant Tice attempted to move out of the way. As the motor grader collided with the patrol car, Lieutenant Tice attempted to exit the vehicle through the passenger door. However, his leg became stuck and he was unable to totally exit the vehicle. The suspect was thrown from the motor grader upon impact. The motor grader dragged the patrol car down the road, hit another police vehicle, and stopped after crossing a main road. By the time other officers were able to get to the vehicle, Lieutenant Tice had passed away. The suspect ran from the scene but was arrested a short time later when he returned. He was convicted of charges in connection with the death of Lieutenant Tice. Police Officer Russell Mark Willingham, Jr. End of watch, July 30th, 2011. Officer Willingham was responding to assist another officer when he was involved in a single vehicle accident in the 1700 block of Vargrave Street. Officer Willingham's vehicle erupted into flames and he died on the scene due to his injuries sustained during the accident. Patrolman G.L. Royale, end of watch, August 1st, 1941. Patrolman Royale was shot and killed with his own service weapon after he and his partner, Patrolman Paul Blackburn, responded to a disturbance call at 3rd Street and Church Street in front of the Lincoln Center. The suspect was able to gain control of Patrol Royale's weapon and fired it 5 times. The 4th shot struck Patrolman Royale in the head, killing him instantly. Before Blackburn gained control of the suspect cut him severely on the neck with a knife. The suspect was taken into custody by Patrolman Blackburn and other officers. Patrolman Blackburn did recover from his injuries. Now please join me in a moment of silence as we honor and remember these officers, as well as all the women and men across our country who's paid the ultimate sacrifice, including those that we just recently lost here in our own state of North Carolina. Thank you. Before I announce upcoming events, I'd like to thank the women and men of the Winston-Salem Police Department for risking your lives every day. Your work does not go unnoticed, and it is greatly appreciated. As Chief of Police, I'd like to wish all of our school-age children a safe school year. We know that when students have all the resources that they need at the beginning of the school term, it often sets a positive tone for the remainder of the year. It often sets the student in a positive manner and give them confidence to move forward. For that reason, the Winston-Salem Police Department, along with the Winston-Salem Police Foundation, host an annual school supply giveaway to support our local students. This year's giveaway will be held this Friday, August 12th. We'll be at 4 locations throughout the day. We'll be distributing backpacks filled with school supplies beginning at the Winston Mutual Building at 10 a.m. You can visit our social media sites and our police department's website at www.wspd.org for more information about the times and locations of our other stops. We hope that you will take advantage of this opportunity. Next up, we will have our Public Information Officer, Kyra Boyd, to speak to you about crime mapping and the website. Ms. Boyd.
Good morning, everyone. So we wanted to bring awareness about a resource that is available to our citizens to be able to monitor or be aware of crime that's happening in their neighborhoods. Crimemapping.com is a website that helps law enforcement agencies provide you all with information about crime activity in their communities. So WSPD has used crimemapping.com since 2014, and it's a site that's updated daily, and the data on the website includes 180 days of crime incidents. So how do you navigate this? You have this resource, but how do I get to it? It's very simple. You go to wspd.org, that's our website, and near the top of the page, you will click the crime maps icon. You can see that on your screen. And once you click that icon, you will be sent directly to crimemapping.com. Now, this website, when you open it, you will see a lot of colorful icons on the screen. And you can click on those icons, on one of them, and it will direct you to what the incident was. It will give you the IR number so that you can request a report if you would like to, a public copy of the report. And it will give you the address to where it happened. Now, if you look at the top right-hand corner of your screen, you can type in your address to see what's happening around you. And it is a very useful resource, but also it allows you to see what is going on in your neighborhood. And we just wanted to let you all know that you have this tool available to you, and we would love if you would use it and be aware of what's going on in your community. Thank you. And now I would invite Officer Jay Anderson from our traffic unit to discuss back-to-school traffic safety.
Good morning. My name is Officer Justin Anderson with the Winston-Salem Police Department Traffic Enforcement Unit. Today we're going to talk about back-to-school traffic safety. First, we'd like to highlight North Carolina General Statute 20-217A. The wording on this general statute is passing a stopped school bus while the bus was displaying its mechanical stop signal or flashing red stoplights and is stopped for the purpose of receiving or discharging passengers. When the school bus is passed, it puts all of our children in danger. What we can do as citizens that would notice or observe a vehicle that passes a stopped school bus is we can gather all the information possible, most importantly, the North Carolina registration number, vehicle description, direction of travel, and if possible, any type of biographical information about the driver so that we can get them identified. Witnesses need to provide their information to law enforcement for follow-up investigations, whether they remain on scene or not. You don't have to remain on scene. We can give you a call, but with those, if we have those, the biographical information and the vehicle information, our chances of identifying that driver increase dramatically. Right here we have a few roadways, when to stop and when we can pass. We'll talk about those in detail here on the next slide. Here we have a 2-lane roadway with a center turning lane. Every vehicle in either direction of the school bus must stop. 2-lane roadway. Again, every vehicle traveling in either direction must stop once that stop arm and the lights come on. Roadway of 4 lanes or more with a center turn lane. The vehicles traveling in the same direction of the school bus must stop. Vehicles traveling in the opposite direction are not required to stop, but still need to use caution. Roadway 4 lanes or more with a median barrier. Again, all vehicles traveling in the same direction of the school bus must stop. Even though there is a barrier, as we all know, children are unpredictable. We still need those vehicles on the traveling in the opposite direction to use caution. School bus stop safety. Children should wait for the buses to clear the roadway, traffic is stopped in all directions, and advised that it is safe by the bus driver. Parents, we can't stress enough. Let your children know, do not head towards that bus until the bus driver gives them the motion and tells them it's okay. Parents should wait with their children or at least keep the children in sight until the children enter the bus. When possible, wear high visibility clothing should be worn so children will be well seen by passing motorists. If it is dark, try our best to utilize a street light so at least the silhouettes of the children and the parents standing on the side of the road waiting on the bus can be observed. And again, I'm going to stress, anybody that observes a vehicle make a violation, get as much information as possible. Reporting a speed violation. We have North Carolina General Statute 20-141.1, which is speeding in the school zone, or North Carolina General Statute 20-141E1, which is speeding on school property. If speeding or reckless driving is observed by any parents, administrators, students, again, gather all the information to include the registration number, the vehicle description, direction of travel, and, if possible, a description of the driver. If it is safe to do so, get a video or a photo of the vehicle. That way, our chances of identifying and charging the violator will increase. Crossing guards and school guards. Crossing guards should be equipped with high visibility clothing or have reflective vests. They should have a stop sign in their possession for the duration of their duty. Additional signs should be placed in the area to let motorists know to slow down and they are approaching a student crosswalk. Crossing guards should be able to use simple and effective hand signals to students as well as drivers in the area. Children should wait for the crossing guard's signal to cross safely. Again, parents, we want to stress, make sure your children do not cross the street until they are told it's safe to do so. Vehicles that do not obey the signals of the crossing guards should be documented and all available suspect information should be collected for law enforcement. Pedestrian safety. Stop for pedestrians in the crosswalk. If there is a pedestrian at the crosswalk, you have to stop. Follow the speed limit. Never pass a stopped vehicle at a crosswalk. Slow down in the school zones. Crashes involving pedestrians. In 2022, we've had 1 pedestrian fatality as of today. As you can see, the previous years, the numbers are 9 for 2021, 4 for 2020, 2 for 2019, and 9 for 2018. 100% of these crashes have occurred outside of a crosswalk. The Winston-Salem Police Department Traffic Enforcement Unit would also like to let everybody know, remind everyone to, for traffic safety, increase your following distances, put your devices down, and pay attention.
Good morning. I'm Trey Mayo. I'm the fire chief for the city of Winston-Salem, and I too would like to welcome you to the August 22 Public Safety News Conference. If I can find the clicker. You're hiding it from me. Thank you, Kyra. We have 3 line-of-duty deaths to remember in months that have occurred since our last Public Safety News Conference in June. Jonah Kaiser, a firefighter assigned to Engine 2, was killed July 14th, 1915, at the age of 22. At approximately 7:30 p.m., a pool box was activated at the corner of North Liberty and West 4th Streets. Upon arrival, fire units found a small fire in Miller's tailor shop due to an overheated ironing board. In an attempt to disconnect electrical power to the ironing board, firefighter Kaiser was electrocuted and died en route to the hospital. David Rivas, a firefighter assigned to Engine 1, was lost exactly 5 years later on July 14, 1920. At approximately 11:45 p.m., Engine 1 was responding to a box alarm. Traveling on Liberty Street, as the engine approached 5th Street, a car pulled into its path. The engine's driver swerved to miss the car, and the engine spun out of control as the driving surface had been recently wetted by a street flusher. 3 of the 5 personnel on the engine were ejected, including 27-year-old Rivas, who died in the hospital overnight. The pull box activation was determined to be false, and the errant driver fled the scene. No one was ever prosecuted for either offense. Fire Chief Arnold Bullard, who was 55 years old, died late in the afternoon of July 16, 1980. Earlier in the day, Chief Bullard had been assisting with the instruction of new emergency medical technicians. At approximately 4:45, Chief Bullard suffered a sudden cardiac arrest. Despite heroic efforts by firefighters, paramedics, and the medical director, Chief Bullard was pronounced dead at 5:30. Today, Central Fire Station, which is located on Marshall Street, is named in Chief Bullard's honor. Please join me for a period of silence to remember these fallen firefighters. Thank you. Next up for the fire department, Captain John Powell is here to give a special recognition to one of our fellow city employees in the sanitation department, and then Captain Powell will be followed by community relations specialist Tabitha Childress, who's going to talk about car seat safety and about our upcoming Citizen Fire Academy.
Good morning. Today we get the privilege of honoring 2 of our fellow employees for heroism that they displayed. Back in July, Engine 10 responded to a 911 call for a vehicle fire. So prior to Engine 10's arrival, Mr. Hardy and Mr. Vanilla actually responded to a woman needing help. So we want to express our sincere gratitude on behalf of the Winston-Salem Fire Department. Okay, fire units were responding to 3939 Country Club Road. Upon discovery of a fire, the pair quickly sprung into action, rescuing an elderly woman who was inside the vehicle. The woman appeared to be overwhelmed by the ensuing catastrophe. She briefly lost her faculties, unwilling to leave her vehicle. The gentleman assisted the woman by removing her from the blaze. At this time, conditions began to deteriorate rapidly, and the passenger compartment began to fill with smoke as the engine compartment erupted violently into flames. While evacuating the woman, they maintained the presence of mind to be calm and reassuring to the woman as they continued to walk her gingerly to safety. After having been assured the woman was safe, the gentleman continued to provide aid by deploying portable fire extinguishers to combat the flames. Mr. Hardy and Mr. Vanilla are commensurate professionals emanating the core values of the Winston-Salem Fire Department and the city of Winston-Salem. We just want to really express that situation could have been very good, could have been terrible had they not went into action. The vehicle was actually at the gas pump on fire. So, so today we want to honor Archie Hardy and Tony Benella. On behalf of the Winston-Salem Fire Department, we want to thank you for your heroism, and we want to continue to make sure that we give honor when honor's due.
You guys come on up here and have your picture taken.
Hard to follow up that greatness. So I'll just talk about Fire Academy. But thank you, gentlemen. How amazing. So today, I'm Tabitha Childress, Community Relations Specialist with the City of Winston-Salem Fire Department, and I'm here to talk about car seat safety. The best way to keep your children safe in the car is to use the right car seat the right way. And so a few hard facts about car safety. Road injuries are the leading cause of preventable deaths and injuries to children in the U.S. Correctly used child safety seats can reduce the risk of death by as much as 71%. More than half of car seats are not used or installed correctly. Winston-Salem Fire Department, in partnership with Safe Kids Northwest Piedmont, hosts a monthly free car seat checkup event at Station 8, located at 2457 Reynolda Road. Again, this is free, so please come out and they'll help you install your car seats, check for safety. We just want to make sure that our children are fitted correctly and safe. August 30th through September 22nd, that's coming up, the City of Winston-Salem Fire Department is hosting a Citizen Fire Academy. This will be held on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., and dinner will be provided. Again, this is free. The purpose of the Fire Academy is to train individuals to be more informed citizens and build long-lasting relationships with residents in our community. The goals include to educate the public through a series of classroom and hands-on courses utilizing the resources and manpower of the Winston-Salem Fire Department, to provide insight to the inner workings of the Winston-Salem Fire Department, and to better inform residents about the multitude of services that are provided to the community. This is also used as a method to foster an understanding of the broad spectrum of knowledge and training and skills that are necessary to become firefighters. And so you can visit cityofwinstonsalemfire.org, and there's information about the sign up. We encourage you to do so. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to give me a call. My number is 743-444-0664. Do you have any questions? Do we have any questions for Winston-Salem Fire? Any questions for police? Well, if there are no questions, we encourage you to please sign in and follow us on our social media platforms, and let's just stay connected. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great day.